phone and share it in the group.
This meeting is being live streamed. Got it.
So we might be live now. Yeah, I got this meeting is being live streamed too. So I'm going to check. And of course, I'm logged into the wrong Facebook on my phone, but I can see us. I just need to log into the right Facebook account so I can throw it into our group too. All right. Hi. For those of us who are watching us, we're just getting set up here, just making sure that we're live in all the right places. Make sure it's not. If
I'm going to check on my end too. Let's see.
Check on your end, and I'm just going to make sure it's not private. Sometimes it likes to do that. So edit privacy. Yep, it's set to friends, public. All right. And I think I can share it to the group here. Share it to the 6-figure nanny agency secrets group. Okay. I think we're in all the places. The gardeners in my neighborhood are outside blowing leaves, which always drives me insane. And they choose like the worst times to do that. Okay, I can see us on the main page. I don't see us yet in the 6-figure nanny agency secrets, but doesn't mean we're not live.
I don't see it on your page yet.
I saw it on that one.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I just check. Oh yeah, we're live. We're live everywhere.
Oh, cool.
Okay, cool. So let's get this party started. I got 30 minutes till I have another call. So hello, everyone. It's Rebecca with the Nanny Agency Startup Academy, and I'm here again with Holly Hilster. Holly is a student in the Academy, and she is the owner of Nanny Knows Best, NYC. And for those of you who haven't been following the journey, this is like the 3rd live stream I've done with Holly. Holly recently retired from being a nanny to run her agency full-time. And I know a lot of you have been on the journey with us, and some of you are new. So Holly, I thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Rebecca. I'm able now to work wherever. So I traveled to the Midwest for the summer. So you see like the lake in the background, and it's just, incredible that I get to be in this point in my life where I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need to rush back to nanny. I'm able to have my business, and I'm just so happy.
How's that adjustment been to go from having to be on someone's schedule to just complete total location independence?
It's just insane. It just like the level of stress, has dropped significantly for me. And I've just been so excited to wake up and get to my laptop and start, vetting nannies for my clients, and just have this new sense of freedom.
It's the most incredible thing to watch nannies in the Academy retire from like 10 years of nannying and to just live this life like Holly's doing right now. It just, I mean, I've been living this life forever. I've created location independent businesses years ago. And when I get to like see you guys do it, and you come in and you're like, I don't know, do you think I can really do it? And then it happens faster than you think it will. And then to just be able to see you working at a lake house right now.
It was so funny because I interviewed this incredible nanny earlier this week, and she had like Montessori experience and forest education experience, and she just was like, wow, I want to do what you're doing. And I said to her just so confidently, I'm like, you can.
Yeah.
I just said, you absolutely can.
Yeah, you can.
And she was just like, whoa. It was kind of just like something like clicked in her.
Yeah. And the thing is like, so many people come in and they're like, they've been a nanny for a long time and they've been thinking about starting an agency, and they have all these different things that have been holding them back from actually doing it. And it's like, once you decide, I think it's like once the decision is made that I am going to do this, and then you come in, in particular, I'm talking about the people that come into our academy, you come into this place where you're fully supported. There's just no way it's not going to work unless you just don't do the work. I feel like it happens for a lot of you, pretty quickly. Like it seems like in 6 months, we've got, girls just like giving notice or their contract is up and they're like, I don't have to go back to being a nanny because I'm making more now with my agency than I was with my job. So tell me what that was like for you again. I know your story is so cool. What was
Yeah,
and
so
financially?
I this past year was, making the most I've made as a nanny and working for a very like high net worth family. And when I, was introduced to you and your team, they said like, when, or you guys said, when would you want to retire from nannying? And I said ideally by June.
Yeah.
Um if I could do it by June, that'd be great. And you were like, yeah, that's gonna happen. And I started to just look at my bank account and just notice, you know, the more clients that I got, um, the numbers just kept growing, and I ended up making like twice as much in my agency as I did in my high net worth nanny position. And, now have the most of my bank account I've ever had. Um, and just finally I'm like, wow, I can support myself doing this and I can continue to do what I absolutely love, which is, connect incredible nannies with families. And it's just, yeah, it's just really amazing how you can use your talent and your knowledge, your knowledge of what it looks like to find an incredible nanny and find that for your clients and get paid for it,
And get
because
paid well for it. That's one
paid
thing
well
here
for it.
that we teach is I don't care that your agency is brand new. We're building your business around the number of years you have in the industry. A lot of new agencies will start up and think they have to do some kind of a startup pricing, or, maybe I'm not worth this 15 to 18%. And so they'll start at like, we've had people with like $2,000 flat rates come in and they're just like mind blown when they see that you actually like, I show them personally, this is what you're actually worth because of all of this experience. Who cares if you haven't done a paid nanny placement before? Nobody needs that. That is irrelevant because the fact that you've been working with families for so long, you know what it takes to be a good nanny. And all we have to do here and what we do in the academy is we really pull all of that out of you and display it so that you can put it in front of your ideal client. And that's really what we did with
Exactly.
you. And you just rocked it. Like you didn't, what I loved about working with Holly is she came in with a good attitude and she rocked it. She didn't second guess herself. She just went for it. And here she is in record time. She's been retired now for how long? A month? It's been a month?
It's been a little bit over a month,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And
Yeah, and it's just amazing like the confidence that I've gotten just from being in your group,
yeah.
because at first it is scary and you're doing something totally new, but being with Rebecca, you just have that support.
Mhm.
And you just really show us at the academy like, no, this is what you're worth.
Yeah.
This is, and your confidence, I think, just really, that energy just really bounces to us.
Yeah.
And so you've made me realize like, yeah, this is what I'm going to charge, and just like, yeah, absolutely, I can do this. It's just the shift in the mindset, I think, has been huge for me.
Mindset for sure. And let's talk a little bit about the group mastermind. What part has that played in your success?
So the mindset group,
Yeah,
you mean?
the Boxer group that we have, our group, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
with all the other agencies and all the other students. I know
Yes.
a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people watching this, especially the newer people, kind of assume that this is a course, that you take, you learn how to start your agency, and then you're off. But it's not the case. It's actually an academy that you never have to leave. So Holly is, having massive success right now. She's still in the academy. She still has access to me. She's in our mastermind. So what I really want to shine a light on that people often don't think. I mean, we talk about it, but I don't go into too much detail about it until we're doing like an initial call with someone. But I really want people to understand what the value is of that group that we have that's every
Yeah.
single day helping each other. So if you want to give
Oh,
me,
well, that's been just incredible. There are, other just knowledgeable, supportive women in this group, and I feel like I've already made lifelong friends. You know, I love all the women, and then there's a few that I've like really connected with, and I'm already like, I'm gonna visit them next year. And just, you know, anytime I ever feel like I need some certain knowledge, or hey, I've had this experience with a client, I'm not sure what to do. I just go into our group chat and ask, hey, what can I do in this situation? And just immediately get answers from the other members of the group and from Rebecca.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just sort of like it that panic that I might feel initially, I don't feel anymore, because I'm like, okay, it's okay. You know, any question I have, I know I'm gonna get support.
Yeah, something weird
Um,
comes up in your agency that you're not sure how to deal with. You have access to that. I mean, everybody always has access to me directly on Voxer, but we have this group mastermind where you can, you know, drop whatever you're going through in there. And it's like the women in our community just go, the one, you know,
yeah.
like, okay, this is how I dealt with this. This kind of thing happened to me a couple of weeks ago, and this is what I did. And it's like boom, boom, boom. And a lot of times you guys are helping each other before I even get a chance to like chime in.
I know.
And it's just amazing to have at your fingertips as you're growing your business to be able to get help any minute of the day, really.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I could be in bed and thinking of, you know, a question that I have for the next day and type it out and wake up in the morning and have, you know, just incredible women giving me answers. And also I use it for support too, emotional support. If I'm ever feeling nervous about something,
Yeah.
I know that I have just this network of incredible women that are in the same position as me and cheering me on. And there's just, to have that has been invaluable. Like I wouldn't be where I am now
Yeah.
without that. Like it's not something you can't really do this alone.
Mhm.
You need that support and that community.
And that's the reason I created the academy and made it what it is right now with that community in there, is because when I started my agency 20 years ago, nobody would help me. Nobody would. There was no, it was like being alone on an island, and, you know, all these stressful things, like client would say one thing or somebody would get upset about something. It's like I had to deal with it by myself. And it was so stressful. And I know that I lost money during that time because my mindset, I couldn't get out of the like, you know, oh my God, this crazy stressful thing happened and I don't know what to do about it. And I would perseverate about it for weeks. And I always thought it would be so cool to have a community of like-minded women who are not in competition with each other, who want to collaborate with each other, who want to support each other, where you could at the, you know, at the push of a button get support. And so to see that happening and to see it like really helping you guys to not just create your agencies, you kind of create your agency with me, but then you've got this whole group forever that just keeps growing and growing and growing, that you're never going to lose access to. That's just the probably the thing I'm most proud of out of this.
Oh, it's incredible. And that's, yeah, you know, it's just this built-in, it's basically like a built-in forever course,
Yeah.
you know, but it's not a course. It's more than that. It's this community and this support, and it's almost like having coworkers in a sense too.
It is. Yes. I check the group Boxer throughout the day, and I see you guys going back and forth with each other. And I'm usually going back and forth with students privately, you know, as well. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, God, they're just on it. So on and helping each other, you know, like I believe you were looking for a nanny in a certain location and one of the other students had one for you. And so you're,
Yeah.
and that's the other thing is when we focus on collaboration rather than competition, and as women we decide to help each other rather than, you know, be in competition with each other, these little beautiful relationships form where, you know, like you're maybe going to split a placement fee with one of the other
Right.
students who maybe found you a nanny for your family. And that to me, it just like that just brings more and more and more value. And another thing that I think is really great about being in this academy is that when you're signing up, when you're signing potential families, you actually can say, I am in a daily network with, you know, over 60 agencies across the entire United States who all do things the same way I do. And so when you work with me, I can cast the widest net possible. And that goes a long way with potential families who maybe are talking with.
Yeah, I definitely do say that.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
value. It adds so much value, and it gives you so much more confidence when you want to charge those higher prices, those higher percentages, because you're part of a group that collaborates together. And so, if anyone can find them the right nanny, you and your 60 something sisters within the academy have the best chance at doing that, right? And families love to hear that.
Absolutely.
I think it's amazing. So what have been the highlights so far of being retired?
Well, for me, I think, one of the biggest things is just really feeling like I'm in my purpose.
Mhm.
So while I've been here at the lake house, I just like wake up, go to my computer. One big highlight is I'm really not a morning person. So in my nanny positions, it was so hard for me to get up and be at a position at like 8 in the morning. Now I can get up at 9. I could even get up at 10, and that's when my brain works the best. So that's a huge thing, is being able to create my own schedule. But I love that I'm just like, I'm at the computer, I'm doing your marketing strategies.
Yeah.
I'm, interacting with clients, with nannies, and it is insane how time goes by because of how much I'm loving it.
Yeah.
It's different than when I was working like a 10-hour shift, and by 4 hours I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have 6 hours left on the clock. And now it's like, wow, I can't believe 2 hours just went by, and I'm just like typing at my computer and just in the zone. And it's just such a incredible feeling.
I love that. And that for me has been, learning to work that way came to me through necessity, because I'm a single mother of 4 kids, right? And so I had to learn how to create profitable businesses within these little pockets of time where I had availability. And so I love the fact that I've been able to teach you guys too, how to be efficient. And it doesn't, you love your work, so you're probably going to work all day anyway, but you really don't have to. You could work 2 hours a day if you wanted. You could work less than 20 hours a week and do amazing. But the thing is, like you were saying, like, it's the same thing with me. I'm like, okay, I know I could do everything I do in like 2 to 3 hours a day. I could do all the important stuff, but I end up, just little spurts throughout the day, like when I have free time, like digging into work. Like, I'll be on the beach later today, and my intention is to take time off, but I know I'll be on my phone. I'll be Voxering with you guys. I'll be, talking to potential new students that'll come in. People will DM us after they see this video, and they're going to want to know more about the academy. And I just love doing that stuff so much that I don't mind laying on the beach and doing it.
Right. I know. It's just been so nice because I, can get up, focus on my clients, and then spend time with my family right now.
Yeah.
And that's just a luxury that I haven't, really had. I would maybe have a week, and then I would have to hop back on a plane and go back to my nanny family. And getting to do something that you love and create your own schedule around it is
amazing.
What more could you want?
What more could you want? I could never go back to working any other way. I mean, I haven't since I was 21, but I think about, like, what would it be like to be an employee? Like, I'd way rather do what I'm doing. I've got about 10 minutes left before I have to get on another call. So I can't see how many are watching us, but if anyone has questions or comments that you want to drop in here for Holly or for me, we can answer them. I don't know. Sometimes if I do the calls at this time of the day, people don't watch as much live. So if you're watching the replay also later, we're both going to be around. So feel free to drop any questions or comments in the comments below, whichever live stream you're watching.
And one thing I wanted to share was, I told Rebecca I have a very high placement right now, and I have a nanny that's trialing for it as we speak, flew from one state to another. And I'm just feeling so good about it. And it's one of those just like pinch me moments.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk to you about that. Let's talk about how much you've made since you retired. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have definitely, like, what I made as a nanny, I've doubled in my agency
Since you retired.
since I retired.
So
Um,
last month, you've received twice as much money through your agency as you would have had you kept working at the celebrity nanny position. Did you guys hear
yeah.
that? Twice as much money she has received in the last month than she did in her, and I know who she worked for, she that she did in her high-end A-list celebrity nanny job. So you can imagine what she was making in her nanny job. Okay.
And then the placement that I have right now, a nanny is trialing for, when she gets hired, it'll be, I think 4 times as much as 1 month of pay for me.
So what
I would be like, if I look at it as, if I were still nannying, I'm getting one payout from a client, and it's good for 4 months of
nannying.
nannying and
So
of living.
what has been the highest, people want to know this kind of stuff. What's been the highest placement fee you've received so far in your agency? Just ballpark.
Almost 17,000.
$17,000 for one nanny placement, you guys. This
And
is
yeah,
out for you. And Holly's got more than just that. She's got one that's even bigger than that going on right now that we don't want to jinx, but she's got a nanny trialing and it's going well. And this type of money is out there for everyone. There's so many clients that are hiring nannies for, 70, 80, 90, 100,000, 120,000 a year. And if you're taking 15 or 18% of that, like you do the math, what's your overhead in your nanny business? What is your overhead? A very, very small percentage of that, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Next to nothing is the overhead.
I didn't have overhead. I really didn't. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, when I talk about, for those of you who have grabbed the free startup guide that we offer, when you see the page where I kind of talk about 95% plus profitability, I'm not joking. We teach you how to be at least 95% profitable. There's going to be a little overhead. You're going to need your phone. You probably will eventually want to hire a virtual assistant, although you don't have to. And that's kind of it. Like the marketing strategy that we teach is completely free. You don't have to spend any money ever on marketing. You don't have to ever buy ads. And you can be as busy as Holly and making this much money just with organic marketing. And that is, the magic. If I want to wrap this up and kind of say like what the magic of this whole thing that we've put together is the access to me, who's very, very good at looking at what your experience is and creating a bio for you that highlights all the best parts of why, person to find someone a nanny, and then teaching you how to market yourself around that. So we plant the flag as, hi, I'm Holly. I have all these years of experience. I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. This is why, we're speaking directly to your ideal client there. And that's what brings them in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a client really wants, there's no better person to find a nanny for you than someone who's had that experience, and so when they hear, that I've been doing it in New York for 12 plus years and have early childhood background as well. So any talents and knowledge that you have personally, and that's what I told this nanny that I was interviewing a couple days ago. She's really knowledgeable about the forest school philosophy. And she's taken the time to get a lot of online certificates. I'm like, well, that's the value you bring. So you just need to look at your knowledge and your experience, and don't be afraid to brag about yourself.
Yes.
And that's what you share with your clients and say, this is the knowledge I have, and these are the type of questions I'm going to ask potential nannies for you, to make sure that they're in line with, with what you're looking for and what I know you need to look for that you don't know you need to look for.
Exactly. And then, just really learning how to speak to who your ideal client is and positioning yourself in front of those specific types of clients every single day on social media through organic marketing is really, the core of what we teach here. Like, if you come in and you don't have an agency yet, we're going to walk you through starting one. We're going to get your agency up and running within 4 weeks. But then beyond that, you're going to learn exactly how to consistently get clients. And it's a very easy step-by-step process. And then people like Holly that come in that have been a nanny for a long time, you actually have access to other, families that you've worked for that will refer you out. And so we kind of work on like, how are we going to position ourselves to them? And how are we going to get them to refer to us? And it's just this beautiful thing. And it's just so cool. As somebody who started an agency, and I was spending thousands of dollars a month at the beginning, this is in the early 2000s, on magazine ads and Google ads and things like that, to now having this whole strategy that I can teach where you never have to pay a penny for ads and you can make what Holly's making.
Yeah,
Holly's
absolutely.
gonna keep going up. She's going to keep going. She's going to be multi-six figure. Well, we are multi-six figures with what you're doing. She's going to be like multi six figure nanny agency owner. I mean, I would say, maybe even seven figures within the next year. You'll be able to
Go. Yeah.
You're just going to grow and scale. But the beautiful thing is that you always have access to this community that's got your back. So when it's time to get to that next level, you've got everybody in here ready to help you.
I know. It's literally invaluable.
Yes. Well, I think, you have anything else you want to say, Holly? I got to wrap this up because I'm going to be getting a call in a second.
I would just say, I would just say if you want to talk to me or any of the other women who are in Rebecca's Academy, I'm always here for any questions, and I can't recommend her enough. And I wouldn't be where I am or even who I am today without it. And without you, Rebecca. So
I love to hear that. It just gives me the chills.
I literally think about you all the time. Like, I feel like we're all like family, and I just, just the confidence that you've given me. I just feel like you're always like in the back of my head,
And that's really what I wanted. That's what I'm so proud that we've been able to create this. Hold on, let's see. Oh, Jolie, who's in our course, is grateful to be a part of this amazing community you have created and happy to be included. Oh, this is testimonials that I posted yesterday. Jennifer France is also in the Academy, and she's also our marketing coach. She said exactly what she said. Let me see if there's anything on the live streams before we call it quits. But you guys, I know that this was kind of an awkward time of the day. A lot of people are working, so I'm expecting more people to be watching the what's the word? Replay. Sorry, I've been sick all week. The replay. Any questions you have for me or Holly, just drop them in the comments. You can @ Holly Hilster or @ Rebecca Howard, and one of us will answer you. And like Holly said, I mean, any of the women who are in the Academy that you see posting or in our testimonials or anything like that are happy to answer questions. Like, if you don't want to, feel like you want to ask somebody who's done the thing and maybe ask questions that you don't want to ask me, everybody is super transparent. We welcome new students in with open arms. If you want to learn about how you can join us, if you want to fill out an application and find out if this is a fit for you, we would be happy to do that. Just send me a DM.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Holly, thank you so much for coming on with me. And we'll do
thank you.
The week after. We'll continue to follow Holly's journey. I can't wait. Hopefully next time you'll have received that big placement fee and we can be celebrating that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right. I don't see any questions, so I guess I'll tag you in these replays, Holly, and
okay.
Those questions, drop them down. We'll be happy to answer.
That sounds good.
All right. Well, enjoy the lake house.
Thank you so much. Hey. I'm gonna check on how this nanny's doing in her trial. When I spoke with her, she was like, "I think it's going great." So
awesome! God, that's so exciting.
I know. I'm
well, we're gonna excited. Say biggest placement fee vibes right now. Everybody send Holly the vibes.
Right. Have fun at the beach if you go.
Okay. I will. I'm getting that call that I said I was.
Okay.
Bye.